Hello, what's up? What's happening? Welcome back to the Utep Dynasty. Today we got 3 more games on the docket. Kennesaw State, Jackson State, and Missouri State. Now we do go back to auto-progress players. Our players really haven't progressed too much. Wilson is now 85 overall. He started off the year at 84 overall. But we're just going to keep it at auto, and I'm going to just focus on coaching and development without adding to the progression myself, if that makes any type of sense. Anyways, man, we find ourselves in the top 4 in the Conference USA standings. New Mexico State, they're on top. We play them in our next episode. Middle Tennessee, and then you got Western Kentucky. Then UTEP is right there. Florida Atlantic, Liberty, Kennesaw State, who we play today, Jackson State, who we play today, Louisiana Tech, Delaware, Sam Houston, who we lost to. We lost to Sam Houston, gave them their first win of the season. It was a rough episode. It was a rough gameplay in that episode. So we're gonna allocate our points a little bit differently because we only have 2 more games, 2 more visit opportunities left in the season. The season has kind of flown by. We do have a chance to possibly mess around and get to the conference championship game. We're going to have a game versus New Mexico State. We do not play Middle Tennessee State this season. So we have some opportunities to try to impress some of these recruits and maybe, just maybe with the outside chance, punch our ticket to a conference championship game. There's no guarantees, especially with me on the sticks. I think I'm halfway decent, but that means I'm also halfway not so decent, if you know what I mean. Ruse, we are in a recruiting battle with him. He's a receiver, 3-star recruit. We're in his top 2. Hopefully we can land him. Jones, a 2-star quarterback, and then Westbrook at the bottom. He is a 3-star quarterback. And then we have our kickers, and I'm not quite sure if I'm going to go after both of those guys anymore. I don't think we're going to be able to bring them to town, but we're going to see what happens. So Kennesaw State, they are 66 overall with a 66 overall offense and a 66 overall defense. Those are a lot of 6s if you ask me. They have a backfield creator at quarterback. So the backfield creator is a very interesting archetype to me because I want to say he more focuses on throwing the ball downfield, but he can get loose. Like he can scramble, but he just might not be dual threat. Although he could be dual threat if he wanted to be dual threat. Does that make any sense? I'm not quite sure. But Kennesaw State is our first matchup versus them, obviously, because it's season 1. And this is our week matchup. We come into the ball game 4-3. They come in at 3-4. They're gonna get the football first, and that's a big hit on special teams. They don't even cross the 20. They don't even cross the 15. 3rd down and 6. Quick pass, and that one will be hauled in by Bullock, and that's what's gonna result in a first down. 3rd and 7. We get the pressure. Wilson gets the sack right there. We highlighted him in our intro video. He has lived up to the hype. Now we're going to run the ball with Wilson, and Wilson going to get busy, and Wilson is going to pick up a first down. 2nd down and 10. Give it to him here. Going to turn the corner up to the 40, and that's going to be another nice pickup and another first down. 3rd and 6 now. We're going to roll left, throw it quickly. It's caught by Kenny Odom with all that speed. He takes a little hitch right upfield and for a big gain. Now we get the ball to Emery, and Emery is loose. What a start to the ball game for our offense. 2nd down and goal. We give it to Emery again. He's going to find the end zone. Touchdown Miners. And we take a quick 7-0 lead. Wallace from inside his own end zone takes it out, and he's going to get brought down at around the 20-yard line. 2nd down and 11 now. They're going to hand this one off. Coleman Bennett has speed, and he has real estate. And he's going to gobble up those yards like Pac-Man gobbling up those ghosts. And he picks up a big gain. And then Wilson is like, I'm a quarterback, just harasser. Gets to the quarterback there. We take back over. Thomas hauls it in. A beautiful pass by Nelson. We find Thomas makes the catch. And now Wilson is off to the races. He has been a pleasant surprise this season. And we start off as an air raid. Now more of a multiple look offense, more of a balanced attack, and I think it's worked out beautifully. 2nd down and 12. Nelson going to roll left. Nelson going to tuck it, and he's going to pick up a nice gain of 10, but we needed 12. So 3rd down and 2. Nelson under some pressure, but has a lane, and he's going to put up 6. Touchdown UTEP, and the Miners are now up by 2 scores. So 2nd down and 10, they're going to run this one with Bennett. Bennett going to turn the corner. He has space. Breaks the tackle. Finally brought down by Shelton. First down, Kennesaw State. Then we get some more pressure. Mama, guess who it is? Wilson. Not one, not two, but 3 first-quarter sacks. And that's exactly what we needed from our defense. Our man Wilson putting up Wilson-type numbers. He's been doing it all season long. That's a beautiful pass. Just a bullet up that seam for a first down. Kennesaw State going to set up a screen pass, and that's going to hit their O-lineman in the helmet. And we take over the chance to add to our lead. Quick pass over the middle, and on 3rd and 6, we overthrow a wide-open receiver. So now Kennesaw State goes to the ground game, and Johnson is there for the stop right there. 3rd down and 7. Buying some time and throwing it is Dexter Williams, and he connects the dots there. Now Dexter steps up, 3rd and 6. He's going to pick up a first down. Gets brought down by Campbell, and that will be a first down. 3rd down and 11. They're going to run the ball, and we are all over that one. Keaton with the stop. They got to settle for a field goal. The kick is up, and the kick will be good. So Kennesaw State is finally on the scoreboard. I've been calling this young man Jefferson. It's Ferguson. My monitor is pretty big. It's like 24 inches, but I mean, the names are so small. I saw a son at the end and what I thought was Jefferson, but it's Ferguson. Please excuse me. Wilson makes the catch right there, picks up a good gain. On 3rd and 4, Nelson's dropping back, lets it fly, and we just cannot get our big tight end involved like I want to. Again, I feel like he can be a weapon with his height at 6'7", but it's just not working out. We are much better at throwing it to our receivers. That's a beautiful pass to his receiver. Williams throwing strikes, throws another one here, and that pass is going to be hauled in as they're inside the 10 now. 1st and goal for Kennesaw State, buying time as he steps up in the pocket, and he's going to throw a strike to Wallace, and that's going to be a touchdown for Kennesaw State. So the Owls drive down. They put 7 up on the board for the first time today, and they cut our lead down to 4. That pass hauled in by Brown. Had to climb the ladder to get that one. 2nd down and 3. We let it fly. Caught underneath by Cheeks, and he has a first down. 2:13 on the clock. 1st and 10. Nelson surveys the field, throws it, and it's going to be caught right there. Another beautiful ball. And now it's 3rd down and 2. We got to connect the dots, and we do just that. Brown, another catch. And now we're rolling. Can we add some points to the scoreboard? Down we go. That is Adam Watkins with the sack. 3rd down and 19. Nelson going to throw this one deep in the coverage, and it's picked off. Tyler Hollum. He's loose and finally gets brought down at the 47-yard line, and the Owls have a chance to cut the lead down even more, even possibly take the lead. They fire it. That pass going to be caught by Bullock, but shy of the first down. 4th and 3. Look at the move by Bennett in the backfield. Stopped on a dime. Finds the lane to run through and run through it for a first down. Now they give it to him again. He's still loose. Headed to the end zone and dragged down by Smith at the 1. First down and goal. They throw it quickly, and the Owls are on the board again, and this time it's for the lead. Rogers hauls it in, and Kennesaw State is up 17-14. We jumped on them 14-0, but since then, the Owls have put on a show. Who? The Owls. Get it? My bad. Anyways, we're going to run the ball with Wilson, and Wilson, he's going to pick up a nice gain right there. He's a little bit gassed, so we got to keep an eye on him that we do not wear him out. That screen pass will be caught, and that's going to be a decent gain. Now it's 2nd down and 8. We're going to run the ball, and we will pick up a gain of 9. And Wilson, again, kind of slow to get up, but he's still in the ball game. Nelson looking downfield, and that was not a very good pass. And now we got to send out the kick team, and the field goal attempt will be up and good. So we do move the ball easily, but then we stall out. We pick up 3 points to tie that 17 apiece, and our special team stops them inside the 15. But there goes Dexter Williams. He's going to slide down and pick up a first down. Looking downfield as Dexter launches it deep. It's caught. That's going to go for some big yards as they take this one inside the 20. That was Ben Yard with the catch. And now they run the ball and they pick up a decent gain. 3rd down and 3. Now's the situation, and we are all over that one. Izani with the stop, but now he's shaken up. But the kick is up and the kick is good. So we do get a stop, but we do surrender 3 points on the scoreboard. So we down by 3. Taking a shot deep to Brown. And he gets hit as the ball arrives. And that pass will fall incomplete. Now 3rd down and 3. We throw it quickly. And that's going to fall incomplete. And now the Owls have a chance to increase their lead by double digits. But we get a stop there. Gustafson with the sack. 3rd down and 16. They run the ball. And Harold is there for the takedown. Now on the punt return goes Odom. Odom has all kinds of speed, breaks the tackle, he's loose. He gets pinned to the sideline and brought down by the punter out of bounds. But we're going to take over in Kennesaw territory. We're going to fire it underneath, caught by Kenny Odom. And Odom's going to work his way upfield for a Miners first down, 2nd down and 8. Nelson going to set up a screen pass, no blocking, and Wilson goes down. Now it's 3rd down and 12. Nelson steps up. He's going to keep it, weaving through traffic, and he's going to get brought down shy of a 1st down. We're going to take our 3, but we miss it. So with a chance to tie this football game up, we blow our chance, and now they throw it up the seam with an RPO, and a great read by Dexter there. Now he launches it deep down the left sideline, another catch. Throwing nothing but heat-seeking missiles, and they keep finding the target. That pass going to be hauled in. Binyard, another catch. 3rd down and 7. Stepping up is Williams. Going to tuck it and run it. Gets a block. Gets the 1st down and has them set up 1st and goal inside the 5. They run the ball. Belcher into the end zone. Touchdown Owls. And we find ourselves down by 10. So 27-17 is the score. 4th quarter action. We're going to throw it quickly, but not quick enough. We could have got some more on that play, but Emery will make the catch for a gain of around 9. Now we give the ball to Wilson. He's loose, and Wilson will pick up the 1st down there. 1st and 10. That pass going to be caught by Thomas. Thomas going to get hit a couple times and brought down after a gain of 4. Now we step up. We throw it into the window. Odom has to climb the ladder to bring it in, but he does make the catch. 1st down Miners. Screen pass again to Wilson, and again he goes backwards. Loss of 7. 3rd down and 17. Nelson going to throw it as he gets hit, and that pass pops up. And now the Miners are back on defense, and Rudolph gets in there for the stop. Williams trying to get loose, gets away from 1, but won't get away from the rest, and that's going to set up 4th and 7 in a punting situation. So our defense answers the call, and thank goodness they did it. Now Odom is deep downfield. Man-on-man coverage is no bueno unless you're going to give him a cushion, but they tried to press him, and that is just not going to work out. Kenny Odom, all kinds of speed, Deshaun Jackson type speed in like Conference USA. I mean, in the Big 12, it's serviceable. Probably in any conference around the country, it's serviceable. PAT is up. It is blocked. Kennesaw scoops it up. They're going to cross midfield. Cheeks is the only Miner with a chance to catch them. They're inside the 20, and they take it for 2. So they block the PAT. They return it, and now we find ourselves down by 6. Big hit right there. Taylor in on Williams. And like I said, Odom gets the punt return here, has all kinds of speed, breaks the tackle, and gets this one out of bounds at around the 30-yard line. 93 speed, works in any conference in college football. There goes Emery, breaks the tackle, takes a big hit, but has a 1st down. 3rd and goal. Looking downfield. Nelson's going to keep it, and he puts a touchdown up on the board. The PAT is up and good. We have the lead, and we do. So 30-29 is now the score. They're going to run the ball with Bennett. Bennett gets away from 1 and picks up a 1st down as there's an owl that's shaken up. 3rd down and 2. Williams gets loose again, and Dexter Williams will pick up a 1st down. So they're on the other side of the 50. All they need is a field goal, and Bennett might have put them in field goal range with that run right there. 1st and 10, we get the pressure, we get the sack. Sheffield, our middle linebacker, brings down the quarterback. 2nd down and 16, that pass is caught, and that might put him back in the field goal range. 3rd down and 9, can we get a sack here? We get some pressure. The pass is an errant one, and I got to set up for a field goal for the lead, and it's going to be no good. They don't get the field goal to go. They miss it. They only have one timeout, so they're not going to get the ball back, and Utep survives. 238 yards passing by Nelson. Efficiency is decent. You probably would want that to be closer to 65%, not closer to 55%. But hey, I'm going to take it because he does have a big arm. And when Odom gets loose, it's almost a guaranteed touchdown every single time. So 1 touchdown, 1 pick for Nelson. When it comes to the ground game, Wilson, 99 yards on 17 attempts. And then Emery, 8 for 47, had a touchdown. Nelson, 2 touchdowns with his feet. A pretty good game for him. Odom, 5 for $128 plus that touchdown. And that basically opened the game up and gave us a chance in it again. O-line did pretty well to give some pressure, but for the most part, we protected flawlessly. 18 tackles for Wilson, plus 3 sacks. Ridiculous numbers. He got those 3 sacks in the first half. Gustafson, also had a sack, and so did Shuffelt. And again, Wilson balling out all season long, gets recognized Conference USA Defensive Player of the Week. I believe that's another time for him. And now he's going to be the National Defensive Player of the Week. 10 solo tackles, 18 total, 3 sacks. Ruse going to be going to UNLV, and then Carmen, he is going to be going to Florida Atlantic. When it comes to this kicker, we're going to let him just go to UCLA if he wants to do that. I don't think we have a chance at getting him. Now it's time to take on the Jacksonville State Gamecocks. They are a 1-star program, 67 overall, 69 overall offense, 66 overall defense. Can we handle this team? Hopefully we can. It will be another home game. We have some recruits coming. Cade Cunningham, he is going to get the start today because our starter is hurt. So can the 71 overall junior deliver the goods today for Jacksonville State? We're back at home. We're looking for another victory. We're going to see if we can get it. We're going to get the football first. That pass going to be thrown up, and it's going to be caught by Brown, who's proven to be quite an athletic and acrobatic catcher of the football. Emery going to run this one to the right side, gets up to the 20-yard line with a gain of 12. 3rd down and 9 now. Nelson throws it, looking for Brown, who hauls it in between 2 defenders. So touchdown for Jaylen Brown. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we strike first, and man, does that feel good. It really does. To have the lead again, to play with the lead is good. Last week we did, but we lost that lead quickly. That pass will be caught, and that's a good way to move the chains right there. Cade Cunningham connects the dots. 1st down and 10, big blocks, and that's going to be Cam Cook, who's cooking on that play for a 1st down. 3rd down and 4, we get the pass rush going. We dial up the blitz. We hit the quarterback. The kick is going to be up and no good. So he forced him into a long field goal, and that one's going to be off the mark. So we take over. 2nd down and 5. Wilson is loose. Wilson trying to hit a home run. Going to get dragged down after he picks up a big gain. And on 3rd and 11, we get hit. That pass goes nowhere fast. We got to settle for a field goal. The kick is going to be right down Broadway. Utep is up 10-0. 3rd down and 2. 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Cade Cunningham going to hand this one off. No play fake. Taking a shot deep, and Campbell with tight coverage gets a hand in there and bats that thing away. 2nd down and 7. Nelson steps up in the pocket, going to tuck it and run it. He gets down, and he has a 1st down. 15 seconds to go in the first quarter. 3rd down and 3. Now, look at how many timeouts we had. I couldn't tell you why. As I call a timeout with 2 seconds, 3 seconds left in the first quarter. I thought it was the end of the first half. I thought we were in the second quarter. I can't tell you why I thought that. I just did. And then I'm like, we have to play the whole second quarter with no timeouts. Hopefully it doesn't come back to haunt us. And again, y'all deserve better. And I couldn't tell you what I was thinking, just that I lost track of time, obviously. Nelson firing this one. That pass going to be caught. Brown is loose again. Big stiff for him as he gets about a bounds. 2nd down and 2. Nelson was up a little screen pass. Caught. And that's Thomas, and he's going to work his way upfield for a 1st down. Now we give this one to Wilson. He cuts it up, and he finds the end zone. Touchdown, Utep. So Wilson, I think he should be all conference. That's just me. He might be shy of 1,000 because, again, we started off the year throwing the football all over the place. Then I woke up and realized this running back is pretty darn good, and I'm halfway decent at running the football, a lot more decent than throwing the football. So let's figure something out. 3rd down and 11. Looking down through this Cade Cunningham, and that should have been picked by Xavier Smith, but it's going to bounce off of his hands. So now Wilson gets the carry. And Wilson's going to get loose, and he turns a nice gain into a pretty big gain. Now we're going to go to the screen pass, and that's caught by Odom, and he's going to pick up a nice gain. Now we're going to take a shot deep, and Thomas gets behind the secondary, crosses the goal line, touchdown UTEP, and the route is on. A beautiful ball by Nelson, 27-0 is now the score, and Dan Johnson gets in there for the sack. 3rd down and 17. Cunningham's going to throw it. The pass is complete, but it's not going to get them nowhere near where they need to go. So, end of the first half, Wilson 9 carries, 68 yards, plus a touchdown. I think he's the best back in Conference USA, maybe one of the more underrated backs in the country. And now we get another sack. Johnson forces it up out of there. Gustafson recovers the fumble. These two big boys in our 3-3-5 defense been eating all season long, it seems like. And now a little jet sweep pass, and that's going to be run beautifully. We pick up a 1st down. Now we throw it to the flat. Emery gets brought down quickly, and they do stop us on 3rd down, so we got to set up for a field goal. 30-0 is now the score. Offense back out on the field, looking deep as Wilson has the man wide open off the play fake. That's Cam Thomas, and that's going to be a touchdown. So at this moment in time, we have a decision. Do we bring in our backups? I kind of want to leave our starters in to see if our defense can hold this shutout. So we're going to see what happens here. Can they keep the shutout going? Looking downfield off the play fake is Cade Cunningham. Launches it deep. Looking for Pat Way, who hauls it in. A beautiful catch. And that's going to have them inside the 5. They run the read option. And Cunningham dives John Elway style. And he's going to get this one into the end zone. Touchdown, Jackson State. So now I will bring in the backups. Gonna run a little tight end screenplay, and that's gonna work out. And that's gonna be a 1st down there. 3rd down and 12. The hometown hero, Shea Smith, in the ball game. He's gonna launch it deep to Taylor, who we split out wide. And the 3rd string running back is gonna have a linebacker on him. Burns him easily. And he's going to cross the goal line for a UTEP touchdown. 44-7 is now the score. And then Sean Bush gets to the quarterback there for his 1st sack of the season. 2nd down and 14, we send a blitz. And we're going to get another sack. Back-to-back sacks. That's Phillips with the sack there. Now it's 3rd down and 20. They launch it deep. Nice play in the secondary. It's going to fall incomplete. 3rd down and 13. Smith going to launch this one. That's going to be caught. Nickelberry with the catch. And that's going to be a 1st down. Another speedster at receiver. I kind of slid him down the depth chart to give Brown more of a chance because of his impact development trait. But Nickelberry is a star. Another speedster, I should say. Maybe not a star, but a speedster to say the least. As he burns the defense there and crosses the goal line. Nickelberry, get your dance on. Get your dance on. Last chance to dance. Jackson State gonna heave it deep. It's tipped and it's gonna be picked. And that, my friends, is going to do it. So we handle business 51-7. Back-to-back wins after we lost to Sam Houston. I believe that's 4 wins out of our last 5 games. So we are looking darn good. And we legitimately have a chance to play in the conference championship game. I did not think that was going to be a possibility. But again, this is one of the weaker conferences. UTEP is actually leaving in real life at the end of this season. They're going to be joining the Mountain West. If I get an opportunity, I might follow that path. I'm not quite sure if you can do it after a season is up. I know you can change conferences, but I'm going to see if we can or can't. If we can, I probably will. If we can't, it's not really a big deal. I wonder if we have to get invited. Again, I really don't know. I'm just willing to wait to see how things play out, but I might follow that path. And if I can rework things, I'm okay with putting Boise State in the Pac-12 because I know next year they're going to be in the Pac-12 and some other teams are going to be joining the Pac-12 as well. But UTEP, we are doing work in Conference USA. Our main goal is to get to the Big 12. Even if we go to the Mountain West, that would still be our goal, to get to the Big 12 one day in this dynasty. So we got some more points. We're going to use it to upgrade blocking 100%. So we have all the traits we can available in our tactician tree for blocking. And we have another recruit, George Pasangwan. I know there's an NFL player with the same last name. I'm going to look it up. I'm going to get it right. But George, Big George, will outside linebacker. He is signed on the dotted line. So Kafka, we're still working on him. Honeycutt, we're still working on him. Recruiting is going okay. I have never considered myself to be a good recruiter in any of the college football games, even going back to NCAA 06. I kind of play it safe. I really don't maybe time the visits right. I probably don't allocate the right points in the right situations. But it looks like we're going to get most of the guys that we want. Best is a one-star corner. I kind of just kept them on there just to see how things play out. But we probably don't need to focus on any one-star guys. I've seen guys at small schools recruit four-star guys and get them. I kind of want to avoid that the first year. Maybe in our second year, we might land some four-star guys. Because I want to say Boise State has never landed a four-star. Maybe just a couple of four-stars in their history, but they never landed a five-star. So I'm not trying to say I'm trying to play it that realistically, but I'm just saying. Anyways, man, the Missouri State Bears, it is their first year playing FBS football, and I think we want to give them an introduction to how Conference USA's top dogs handle business. Now, we're not the very, very top. New Mexico State, Middle Tennessee State, they are above us, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm getting at. Last week's game was a blowout versus Jackson State. We survived versus Kennesaw State. Can we get our third win in a row? I hope that we can, and I hope that it is a good contest here today. So we're going to send this one deep. Missouri State is going to get the football first, and the Bears are going to take over from inside their own 5, and they get it all the way up to about the 19-yard line. So again, our special teams stops the team from getting past the 20. So first down and 10 now. They're going to run this one, and that's a nice carry for Lawrence to get things started. Gain of 5 there. Quick pass. That's going to be hauled in, and look at this defense all over them. Man, that's Jones. He's a senior safety in our 3-3-5 defense. He plays big. That pass is caught. Wilson with the stop, but after they pick up a first down. So Missouri State is on the move, and then we get a sack. That's going to be Taylor with another one. Off of the edge, he comes in screaming. So second down and 16. Looking downfield, that pass is caught, and that will be a chain mover. Robinson hauls it in. Now they're going to throw it, and Jacob Clark's pass will be caught, and that's going to be a first down. So a nice methodical drive. They fake the pitch there, and Clark able to tiptoe his way up the sideline for a gain of 6. Now they get the ball to Lawrence. Big hit on fourth down, but he's able to pick up the first down. Third and 5. They're going to throw it quickly. It's caught, but shy of the first. And on 4th and 1, they're going to go for it again. And this run play is going to work out as they pick up the first down with their backup running back, Josh Joyner. Third down and 2, they throw it at the back of the end zone. Now, on 4th and 2 from inside their own 10, they're going to leave the offense out on the field. Can they convert 3 4th downs? No, they cannot. And I think hindsight is 20/20 because I would have kicked that thing. I would have kicked that field goal so fast. But, hey, the one-win Bears are like, hey, we have nothing to lose. Let's try to make a splash here in this game versus the Miners. Wilson picks up a gain of 5. Nelson looking downfield, and Nelson's pass is not a very good one as he has to pick himself up off that turf. And then I'm like, let's try to surprise him with a little run. It was an RPO. I didn't really like the passing options. I figured, hey, we might be able to run for it. And boy, was I wrong. So we do not have a first down to show for our efforts. That pass caught by Robinson for a gain of 9. Now they're going to run the read option, and we are all over that. Campbell with the TFL. Now they're going to fake it, and Wilson is there for the stop, and on 4th and 1, they're going to punt it. And that's going to do it for the first quarter of play. We have a grand total of 8 yards of total offense. Their 2 drives basically took up the whole first quarter. Now Wilson gets the carry, and Wilson has been put in a box so far today. Third down and 7. Nelson sliding and now running to the right, hesitates, and maybe if he doesn't hesitate, he picks up the first down, but because we're pinning on territory, we'll punt this one away. And now here comes Missouri State with some good field position. They're going to run this one, and Shamari Lawrence, the senior, out of Florida, picks up a first down. 3rd down and 9, that's going to be caught for a first down. So 2 tight ends. They're going to run this one to the tight end side as both of them will land up to the left side, and they're not going to pick up a first down. Campbell with the stop. The field goal is going to be up and good. So the Bears strike first, and it's 3-0 here in the second quarter of play. We're going to get the ball to Wilson again and again. This ain't acting like himself. 4 carries, 13 yards. Quick pass here on 2nd down and 6. That's going to be caught, and that's Jaden Smith making the catch there. And this is his first action in a couple of games. Brown was a good replacement, though, I must not lie. We run the ball, Wilson. We don't pick up a first down again. So we are struggling offensively. Probably for like the first time since we ditched the air raid offense. So this is not like us, but today it's like us. So 1st down and 10, big hit. And down goes the quarterback, Taylor, another sack. That gives us 3 as a team. That pass going to be called a little screen pass. And James works his way upfield for a decent game. 3rd down and 6. Clark throws it. It's caught, and that's going to be a first down. Johnson brings it in. Clark is up over 100 yards passing. Now they run the ball, and Shamari Lawrence, loose, brought down out of bounds, but has a first down. 2nd down and 10. That one's going to be caught, and that's going to be a first down as well. We could not stop them. And you really can't blame our defense. They've been on the field all game long, and Lawrence makes the catch. Touchdown, Bears. And just like that, we find ourselves down 10-0. So Ferguson, he's going to work his way upfield. Decent kick return there. 2nd down and 10, minute 30 on the clock, and throw a little screen pass. Thomas gets wrapped up, then breaks the tackle, then wrapped up and brought down again. Missouri State calls a timeout. So 3rd down and 11, man coverage across the board. Going to throw a little stop route to Odom. They were so worried about him going deep that the stop route works. And now we throw it to the sideline. It's caught by Smith, but he does not get out of bounds. So 30 seconds on the clock. Nelson going to roll right, sets his feet, throws it deep, caught by Jaden Smith. And we're down inside the 20. 2nd down and 10. Going to set up a little screen pass to the tight end. That did not work. 10 seconds on the clock. 3rd down and 11. And we're not going to get this one near the end zone, but we are in field goal range, so the kick is up, and the kick is good, and the Miners strike before the half is up. So 70 yards passing. They basically all came on that last drive. Just 17 yards rushing. So it's nighttime here now. And now we go down. They get a sack, and that is going to be Ryan Williams with the takedown. We run the ball to Wilson. And that's going to be Wilson's last carry. 14 carries, and he was not injured, and he's not going to come back into the ballgame. I'm just as shocked as you as we find Odom, who makes the catch. 1st down, 2 grabs for 72 yards, and we might have to go back to our air raid days without our star running back. We're going to fire this one to the right side, and on 3rd and 5, it's going to be incomplete. Got to settle for another field goal. Kick is up, and the kick will be good. So we have 6, but we're down by 4. So Missouri State, they're going to step up in the pocket with Clark throws a strike, and that's going to be a first down. Move those chains. Now, wear and tear, remember they have in-game wear and tear, season and career wear and tear. I'm going to get back to that in a second. That pass is caught, and here comes Clark throwing some beautiful balls, and now he throws it. No, he's going to run it here, and he's going to pick up 7 there. So 3rd down and 3. This pass will be caught, and we get to the receiver before he can pick up a first down. But are they in field goal range? They are. Now, the wind is going 13 miles per hour in their direction. So, like, with the kick, I should say. So, even though it was a long field goal, he did make it, and maybe the wind helped it, but he could have hit that one from, like, Virginia. That's ridiculous. So, I might change the kicking sliders down to 42. Nelson launches it deep. Odom has a step, and Odom has 6 up on the board. That is the best pass play of the season. A play fake. We were running for our lives. And then look at the way Nelson throws this one with 3 defenders bearing down on him. And Odom again, too much speed, beats the double coverage for a touchdown. That is beautiful football. And this football game is tied at 13 apiece. That pass is going to be hauled in by Clinton, trying to get presidential as he picks up 3 yards. Clark throws it, has a wide open receiver. Spin move and he's loose. That's James, and he works his way inside our territory. They get the ball to Lawrence, and it takes about 3 to bring him down, but we do just that. So 3rd down and 5. Clark looking, and Jacob Clark heaves it. Tight coverage, and that pass will fall incomplete. And now this field goal, 39 yards away. Look at where it hits the upright. And yes, it hit the upright. It did. So I'm happy that he missed it, but he could have hit that one again, probably from like 65 yards. So I will probably tune it down to 42. That was what was suggested in the slider set that I'm using. Anyways, we're going to run the ball here with Emery. Emery, he's going to go backwards, and now it's going to be 3rd down, 10 yards to go. Nelson fires it, looking for Cheeks. His clutchest reception of the year comes on 3rd down, and it moves the chains by Billy Eyelash. Texas, who spanked us as the #1 team in the nation, they beat us 66 to not a darn thing. And that's when I knew I love this slider set. I know I'm a glutton for punishment, but hey, it is what it is. So now we're in field goal range. It's going to be about a 54-yarder, and we knock it home with ease. And again, the wind was going with us. It was going in our direction, or with the kick, I should say. And now Johnson's on defense as we make that field goal. Makes the stop there, but then they have a man running wide open. That's Robinson, who hauls in another. And now they're on the other side of the 50. Quick pass is caught, and that's going to be a 1st down as Luke makes the catch for a 1st down reception. I believe that's his 1st catch of the ball game. And now they run the ball, and Joyner going nowhere fast. Miners all over the play to make the stop. 3rd down and 8. Clark steps up, throws it, and somehow that's caught for a 1st down, and it's Robinson again. So Clark is making play after play after play out there. Jacob Clark has it here. Now he's going to tuck it and run it, and he is fleet of foot enough to pick up a 1st down as they're inside the 20. And then Lawrence, he's really fast. Those Florida boys can run no matter where they play their college ball at. So that touchdown is going to give them the lead. Good play there, good call, and a good execution. Now Ferguson from inside his own 5 has a lane. They could be in trouble. 40, 50. They're giving chase. He works his way inside the 30, the 20, the 10, the 5. He has reservations for 6. Ferguson breaks this one wide open. Oh, I'm going to remember your name forever. Mason Ferguson. Say it right. Put some respect on his name. They call him Jefferson all year long. I pity myself. I pity the fool. Taylor gets a stop right there. 2nd down and 13. That pass going to be caught, and Wilson is all over that guy. 3rd down and 7. They throw it. They have a man, and it's caught. And here come the Bears. And as they work their way upfield, trying to get in the field goal range or maybe take the lead with a touchdown, and Harold saves a touchdown there. 3rd down and 5. From inside the 10, Jacob Clark fumbles, and we're going to recover it. And that right there is the biggest play of the ball game. They were headed to the goal line, but they fumbled the football at the 1, and we get the ball at our own 20. Now we're going to run the ball. And look at Emery weed through traffic. And Emery's going to pick up a 1st down. And again, he's like 60-something overall. The drop from Wilson to these backup running backs is drastic, but they can still run behind a decent O-line and some decent play calling, but we step out of bounds. So the clock will stop. They have 2 timeouts left. Now they have no timeouts, but 1:40 on the clock. So we pick up a 1st down. It's over. And we pick up the 1st down, and this one is over. 2 of the very best games this season were in this episode here. We've had some pretty good games, some pretty good game plays, and a pretty darn good season. Now, our man Wilson, he has run out of his health bar. You can find the health bar if you look at the player cards in your roster menu. Now, shame on me for not paying closer attention to it. Shame on me for thinking that my slider set with the auto subs was good enough. I was using somebody's sub sliders, and it was like 100% up for like fatigue recovery. But like every single play, they'd be like switching running backs. I thought that was a little bit overkill. Like the computer would just switch running backs for you automatically. I thought that was overkill. So I was like, let me drop it down just a little bit. But I should have been rotating my running backs more manually. But I'm thinking Wilson's going to handle it. He's a senior. And I'm like, he's not gonna like miss any time, because there really wasn't no in-game indicator that he was like feeling it, except for these last couple of games when he was getting up a little bit slower. So in our next episode, I will show you his health bar for in season, and it tells you there when you look at the bar, if they lose all their health for in season, they are not going to recover from their wear and tear, aka they're gonna be out. That's just basically what it's going to be. They're going to play for like one game, because they're not out. They're not injured. They're going to play. But as soon as they get hit, it's a wrap. Our next game will be versus New Mexico State. If we win, I think we're going to punch our ticket to the conference championship game. I don't know who we will face, but we have to beat them. And then our last game will be versus Delaware. So we have New Mexico State and Delaware in our next episode. If we do make it to the conference championship game, we will play that, and we will play the bowl game in its own episode. So yeah. That should do it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I do hope that the rest of this is the best day. Too many to get my friends. Peace, love. Hot sauce.